Speak Up English, the key to success.
Hey, Emma. I've got something for you.
Oh. What's that, Alex?
I've got some questions in English for you. Thought we could have a bit of fun and maybe learn something along the way.
Haha, all right. I'm game. Hit me with your best shot.
Okay, first one's easy. What's the difference between its and its?
Oh, that one. It's without the apostrophe is possessive, like, the cat licked its paw. And it's with the apostrophe is short for it is or it has, like, it's a nice day or it's been fun.
Bingo! You nailed it. All right, here's another one. What's the difference between who and whom?
That's a tricky one. Who is used as the subject of a sentence, like who is coming to the party? And whom is used as the object, like whom did you invite to the party?
Exactly. It's a bit old-fashioned, but still good to know. Here's a fun one. When do you use fewer and when do you use less?
Oh, I love this one. You use fewer with countable nouns, like fewer apples, and less with uncountable nouns, like less water. So, you'd say fewer cookies but less sugar.
Spot on. You're on fire, Emma. All right, last one for now. What's the difference between effect and effect?
The classic mix-up. Effect is usually a verb, meaning to influence something, like the weather can affect your mood. And effect is a noun, meaning the result, like the effect of the rain was a gloomy day.
Perfect. You've aced all my questions. I knew you'd be great at this.
Haha, thanks, Alex. This is actually kinda fun. Got any more for me?
Oh, I've got plenty more. But maybe I'll save some for later. Don't want to overload you.
Fair enough. But seriously, this is a great way to brush up on English. We should do this more often.
Definitely. Plus, it's always good to have a few tricks up your sleeve for those tricky grammar rules.
You're right. And who knows, maybe next time I'll quiz you.
Oh, better start studying then. But hey, you'll go easy on me, right?
We'll see about that, Alex.
All right, Emma, since you're so good at this, how about we dive into some questions that stump even native speakers?
Ooh, sounds like a challenge. I'm ready. What do you got?
Okay, here's one that trips up a lot of folks. What's the difference between then and then?
Oh, yeah, I've seen people mix those up all the time. Then is used for time, like We'll go to the store, then we'll grab lunch. And then is for comparisons, like she's taller than I am.
Yep, exactly. It's such a small difference, but it makes a big impact when you get it right.
For sure. It's one of those things that just takes practice. Got another one?
You bet. How about the difference between lie and lay? That one's a doozy.
Oh man, that's a toughie. Okay, so lying means to recline or rest, like I'm gonna lie down. And lay means to put something down, like lay the book on the table. But the tricky part is when you start talking about past tense.
Haha, yeah. Past tense can really mess you up. Like, yesterday, I lay down for a nap or I laid the book on the table. It's enough to make your head spin.
Seriously. But once you get the hang of it, it's not so bad. Just gotta remember. Lay always has an object. You lay something down, but you lie down yourself.
Nice. You've got this down. Okay, last one for now. What's the difference between there, and there?
Classic mix-up. There is possessive, like that's their car. There is for location, like the keys are over there. And there is a contraction of they are, like they're coming over later.
Boom! Nailed it again. It's kinda wild how a few little words can cause so much confusion, huh?
Totally. But once you break it down, it all makes sense. It's just a matter of practicing and getting used to it.
Exactly. And hey, we've got the perfect setup here to keep practicing. Want to keep going, or should we take a break?
Let's take a quick break. Don't want to fry our brains with too much grammar at once.
Good call. We can pick this up later and keep the good times rolling.
Sounds like a plan. I'll be ready whenever you are.